I can hear your voice.
Hey, welcome back. So this week we are working on saving money for the holidays, and the best way that I can think of saving money is cutting out a lot of fast food and eating out. I'm challenging myself, but I challenge you to also try your best to eat in as much as possible this week. I'm sure everybody could use some extra cash around the holidays, so why not accept that challenge? Today we'll do a mystery bowl to figure out which meals we're eating, and then I'll show you what all those meals look like. Mystery bucket time. I'm going to draw 5 meals, and I'm okay with doing mystery meals, but I like to pick which days they go on just because I think through our week and what that looks like for leftovers and who will be eating with us and stuff like that. So let's see. I guess I should. Caribbean jerk chops. Ooh. Tropical barbecue chicken. Chicken Alfredo with spinach and tomato. Ooh, plantation supper. That'll be a good one for this week. And street tacos. Those are my favorite. I love street tacos. All right, here we go. So I started the recipe with the pastaroni. I just followed the instructions on the box. While I was waiting for that to start boiling, I started cutting up my tomato. And then my child decided to climb all over me and she was freaking out. And so I'm like, let's get the TV on so that you stay out of the kitchen. So I'm trying to get that all finished up. And then it dawns on me that I put the chicken in the microwave to defrost it, but didn't cook the chicken. So pulled that out really quick. Again, my kid is climbing all over me, so I'm like freaking out trying to cut this chicken without having her too close to the stove or the chicken, and I didn't even cut this piece, I just threw it on there, and then it was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. So I cut it up and seasoned it, was trying to see, is this gonna cook? Are these too thick? Normally I would have already like chunked my chicken, but I just had to throw it on there. So I threw my spinach and tomato in with the pasta as it was finishing up, just to kind of get it cooked all together. I could not for the life of me remember how to cook chicken. So I was like, do I put butter on this? This looks dry. Let's throw some butter on there. So I let it start cooking, trying to finish up that pasta, and the inside of the chicken's completely raw. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try opening it up again and cooking longer. Moment of truth, I'm gonna start cutting up the chicken, and this piece was pretty okay. My cutting board kept moving. And then this one had a lot of raw pieces. So I was like, oh, I'll just throw those raw pieces in there. And then I kept finding more and more raw pieces and then realized that it all touched. So I just threw all the chunk chicken the way it should have been in the first place back in the pan. And then it started to cook. So I like to add a little bit of cheese to the top of my pasta. And then I threw the chicken on there and that was it. Tired mom edition chicken Alfredo. It was actually really delicious though, and we completely finished it off. My husband wanted more. And bonus, my child ate all of her food, so that's awesome. Street tacos are one of my absolute favorite meals. I always make my pico from scratch. So I slow cooked my carne asada and cut that up. And then my daughter was freaking out, so I decided to make her little steak bowl. She loves sour cream. She is her mother's daughter. So yeah, she loved this. I didn't put any pico in there because I put jalapenos in the pico. And then I heated up our tortillas. So I started plating my husband's tacos and then realized we had these super cool plates that I've never used that actually are meant to hold tacos. So those were super helpful and I will be using these a lot more now. And it is not traditional, but I add sour cream to my tacos because I add sour cream to everything. Look at that. Like I said, street tacos are one of my favorite meals. So this next one is called Plantation Supper. My mom has made this my whole life. It is such a cheap meal and it makes a huge amount, as you can see. I'm using one of each of the things I listed. And it always creates tons. So we also invited some of our friends over to help us finish off this meal. Otherwise, we will have leftovers for weeks. So I have never tried this recipe before. I found it on Pinterest, so I thought, what the heck, why not try it? It used a lot of weird ingredients, but I actually had all of my ingredients. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you. That pan of stuff that I'm throwing in there, it's water, cornstarch, and chicken broth. And I really did not understand what it was for. I think I was supposed to pour it over the chicken, so I just added my chicken to it, stirred it around, put the sauce on top, and then I just made a store-bought salad because they're really good and it's minimal effort. Well, I almost made it to 5 meals, but again, like I said, we travel for the weekend. Don't forget to check back next week. It'll probably be really interesting seeing as I will be out of town all week. So I'm not really sure what my next video is gonna be. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know what it is yet. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Merry Christmas and God bless you. And hopefully you'll see me next week. Maybe.